Hey guys, welcome to this naturally toned, glamorous makeup look. This is pretty much my go-to for a date or any event where I want to still look like me, not too colorful, but I want to amp up the drama. So I'm going to share with you some new techniques I've been doing that have really been working for me. We are going to start with the face. I've already primed my skin with Jouer's primer, and now I'm going on top of that with Chanel Vitalumiere Aqua in B30. I am just pressing this in with a dampened beauty blender. Same thing I pretty much do all the time. I just change up my foundation for how my skin is doing at that moment. Now I am on to brows. I want to frame my brows first before I am applying any eye makeup, just so I can see where I want the edge of the eye look to end and the liner. And this is a new trick I've been doing recently, is filling in my brows before we go on to the shadow. I'm just fanning a little bit of color in, creating some brow hairs, a little shape above the arch of my brow. And to do my brows today, I'm using two products, the Anastasia Brow Wiz in Taupe, and then I am using the Anastasia Brow Pomade in Blonde. This is my new obsession. It took me a while to hop on the bandwagon, but I really, really love it. All right, on to the eyes. I am taking an F35 brush and Omega from MAC, which is just a very light shaded, matte tone. You want something that's just a shade darker than your skin, and you notice I'm going above the crease almost up to the brow bone. That is the first step to make this look really work for you. There are going to be three shades kind of thrown in the crease here. The next one is Wedge, and I'm using a MAC 224 brush, which is a little more tapered and a little more dense, and I'm just fanning that color in right below where I placed Omega. And then we're taking an even smaller brush, this is from Hakuhodo, and I'm taking Brun from MAC, and I am just edging out the very outer corners and blending that through. I've said this enough by now, but I'm gonna say it again just in case. Make sure you are spending a good amount of time blending. That is really the biggest secret to making these type of eye looks work for you. All right, we are taking Bella Chiffon from Milani. I am loving these new drugstore shadows. They are incredibly pigmented. If you couldn't afford the Nars shadows, these aren't as pigmented, but they will get the job done. I'm taking Bella Champagne on the very outer edge of the eye, almost over where we placed that matte brown, and this will just warm things up and soften the look up as well. Now we are taking Urban Decay Perversion Gel Liner, and I didn't have a brush, so I'm just kind of having to go at it with my Chanel brush that came with the Illusion Ombre shadows. I don't know what I was thinking, but hey, you can always find a way to make anything work. I'm a big believer in that. So I'm just doing a typical classic winged liner look, which I think you guys know by now is my favorite. But you could do a smoky solid line if you like. It's really up to you, and it will change the look, and just do what works for your eye shape. I am going to sharpen up the edge of that wing with a makeup removing wipe, and that is one of the best kept little secrets. You can always sharpen up an edge, clean up a mistake with a handy makeup wipe. All right, I am setting that gel liner with a little bit of black from the Lorac Pro 1 palette and just pressing that in with a pencil brush. I find this mattifies it, helps it to hold into place better, and also kind of softens the look too. It's really strange, but I love it. I am taking some concealer from Collection in Light and just dabbing the tiniest bit under my eyes. I'm not highlighting with it, just very simple stuff. Then we are going to go around the perimeter of the face with this giant brush from IT Cosmetics and the Becca contour slash bronzer little mineral makeup that I swirl together and I think is totally beautiful. Then this is my secret for when I want things to look very glowy and natural and like not too much makeup is on my skin. I take a smaller brush and a little bit of shine reducing powder. This is Rimmel Stay Matte, and I just blot the areas that I know get shiny and I leave the rest completely untouched. I am taking Blissful and Spellbound from Makeup Geek, which are my everyday favorites. I love those blushes on the apples of the cheeks. Then I am setting my under eye concealer after I do my blush and bronzer because I want to brighten that area as well with the lighter shade from the Nars Olympia Duo. This is one of my favorite products. It just changes everything. It sets the makeup beautifully, but it doesn't look like makeup, and somehow it brightens everything at the same time. I'm taking the same brush and a little bit of MAC's Soft and Gentle. Now I'm being really careful to only hit the tops of my cheekbones. I don't want to get next to my nose or on the apple at all. So very strategic placement with the highlight is absolute key. It's such a simple little thing, but I feel like it's made a big difference in how my makeup looks recently. I'm also going to contour my nose. I'm just taking a tapered fluffy brush and a matte brown eyeshadow, actually from the Lolita palette. We see the one where I've hit pan. That's what I use to contour my nose with. It's my absolute favorite. But right here I am actually taking that vanilla shade and just putting that underneath the brow bone, curling my lashes, and then we are on to mascara. I know that I'm going to be wearing false lashes today, so I'm not piling on too much mascara. They're very fluttery lashes, and I just kind of want to give them something to adhere to, so not a ton of mascara. Then I'm taking the excess that was on that pencil brush where we set our liner and just dragging that on the bottom lower lash line. I am also applying mascara to the bottom lashes as well. And I'm using two setting sprays, Urban Decay All Nighter, followed up with MAC Fix Plus. I don't know why, but this combo just really works for me and makes the skin look so pretty. On to lips. I already applied a lip plumper right before I did my foundation that's been sitting on my lips the entire time. I'm going in with a waterproof liner, barely outlining the bottom portion of my lip and the top portion, leaving those sides clean. I mentioned this in my Tip Tuesday. This is a Makeup Forever liner. It's called 2C, and then I'm taking Hollywood from OCC Cosmetics, just dabbing that in the center, and then I'm putting more lip plumper on the top, which is just a very shiny, clear gloss. I am applying my lashes here. I know I owe you guys a lash tutorial. I will figure this out very, very soon, because I think lashes done the right way make the biggest difference in any single makeup look. I used a clear lash glue, but I did have some dry spots where I wanted to cover them up with a little bit of liner, so I fixed that, and that was the last step. This is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoy this. This has pretty much been every time I post on Instagram, some variation of this with maybe different tones, cool tones, warm tones. Just pick different color palettes, have fun, and thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you next time.